He's the reason we let
Oh, go ahead. Holy shit.
Oh my God, brain fart. This is not happening.
I will let this podcast rot before I give you this name.
I
will not.
It's not happening.
We are not moving forward.
It's a brain fart. It's not happening.
You either get the name.
Travis Darno. Okay.
There we go.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Okay.
Hit it.
Welcome to the Coach's Sons podcast. It is March 3rd, everybody. A new month already. And guess what? Baseball has officially started. Like, they're throwing pitches at batters, and we should all be really excited. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I didn't even get to introduce myself, but I'm Chris, by the way.
Oh, I don't think people care. I'm Andrew. I mean, at this point, if you haven't found our podcast, if this is your very first time listening to us,
Thank you. Welcome.
thank you. Welcome. Also, I'm sorry. We don't have a lot planned today. We're just going to wing it. We're going to talk about a bunch of
We're
nonsense.
doing it live.
We're doing it live.
But not really live.
Yeah, because it's a podcast. Yeah, so that doesn't really check out. Anyways, this episode, is brought to you by Chinook Seedery. They're going to be like, what the hell, guys? But anyways, they are our sponsor for today. If you love sunflower seeds, you've got to give this brand a try. Use our code CoachesSonsPod at checkout to get 10% off. Now, Chris and I, we decided to play golf for God knows why, because we both are terrible. Taking lessons. Shout out to our boy Greg, who's trying to make us both not dog shit. Sorry, Greg, it's not working. But so we played around of golf, and I tried the lemon pepper flavor. And Chris, I have a new favorite right now.
Lemon pepper,
It's
huh?
really good. It's really
All
good.
right.
I don't want to love it because of our long-held hatred for everything Royals. But
That's true.
But the flavor is really, really good.
Yeah, but
So,
Bobby Wood Jr. is on the. He's the face of
he's
that.
face of
That's
it.
his flavor.
I mean, look, they got it right. So if you haven't tried them, please Chinook Seedery, Coach's Sons Pod at checkout and get 10% off. Chris, so something happened when baseball started. And I think we both missed it. There's this thing called ABS that's happening.
Had no idea that this is like this would have been something we were like, oh, like in a spring training type of episode when everybody's reporting, we could have just said, hey, this is coming, and we could have had this full-fledged conversation then. However, that it's happened now. We're 2 weeks removed from game. I forget exactly when games started, but we're a couple weeks removed from games. So ABS is here.
Yes. Well, in spring training.
In exhibition.
Yes.
It's showing its face at the major league level. How about that?
Right.
And I don't know. I like it, and I think it's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. But I fear we're going to want more.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, for those who haven't seen it, think the tennis challenge, right? You get.
I love that part
you
of
get
it.
the slow mo visual of where the ball ends up in the strike zone. Now, I do wonder, because there's height differences in batters. Do they adjust the strike zone based on your is Altuve's strike zone different than, say, Judge strike zone?
So a lot of my information is going to come from an MLB.com article by Anthony.
Perfect. They know way
Kastrovitz.
more than we do.
So directly related to your question,
Yes.
it states, God damn it, I had it and I had to go back up for his name.
Damn it.
It states, all position players in camps will have had their heights measured, first by a team of independent strength and conditioning personnel conducting manual measurements, then by representatives from Southwest Research Institute using biomechanical analysis to confirm the manual measurements and safeguard against potential manipulation.
Okay.
So basically, if you're Aaron Judge, you can't go down to Jeff Bagwell style and reduce that strike zone.
Okay, so that's
I'm
cool.
fine with that.
I love that, because here's the deal. Like, obviously, tennis, you have strict lines, right? Like, there's
that's the most
No discretion.
concrete,
Yes.
right? And I love the system. It's just you raise your club or racket, whatever the fuck they
it's
call
a racket.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, but but
Part-time producer Doug Irwin's so pissed at you
I
right
know
now.
it's either in or out. There's no
Exactly.
There's no discussion.
Right.
So on the face of it, ball or strike, there's really no discussion.
Yeah, I mean, like, so over the plate, okay, we got that, but like up and down is where I was like, how do we have
No, that's
discretion there?
fair.
So if you're telling me that there's a third party institution that has measured every single Major League Baseball player for this, okay,
Without cleats.
oh, okay,
Players are measured standing straight up without cleats. I figured I needed to throw that in there.
They create an algorithm
Zero.
that adds in the cleat height.
I mean, metal spikes are pretty tall.
Yeah, but anyways, so okay, all right. So anyways, we have seen this in action. Some. What are your thoughts?
I like it. So
Okay.
a little bit more background, I suppose, to it. Each team gets 2 challenges.
Okay, so 2 challenges
2.
doesn't feel like a lot, but also if they add too many, then it's going to make the game longer.
It's I don't know the word. There isn't a word. If you win your challenge, you keep
it.
said challenge.
Gotcha. Yep. Mhm.
So presumably you could have 2 throughout the entire game.
That's right.
Assuming
as long as you keep
everything
getting them right.
correct.
Okay, fair enough.
You get one wrong, you lose it.
So essentially, you can only lose 2 challenges.
Yes, and that's it.
Yep, gotcha.
So it's not one of those where any player is just able to. So I wonder how that would work in the form of managing your team.
Yeah, so that's like you're gonna have some asshole
Some
on a team that's
personality's
like,
gonna-
he's always gonna challenge shit and lose, and the manager's gonna have to be like, "Hey, Altuve, stop it! You're not winning these."
The worst part about it is undeniably you're going to wait until a big spot.
Yeah, you should.
Top 4, nobody on, egregious call. Maybe you're just like, yeah, this is so bad, I'm going to take it. However, the calls don't come from the dugout. So only the batter can challenge, and only the pitcher can. I think it's pitcher and catcher.
Batter, pitcher, and catcher. So there's only 3 people that can challenge this. Now I've only seen batters challenge so far. I haven't seen I think I've seen a pitcher. I don't know if I've seen a catcher like challenge before yet. Which I mean, of course, we'll see. And also, it's interesting. You know, that same article says that they've been trying this out in the minors since 2022, and I'm like, I was unaware of this. Like this.
Well, we only have the Greenville Drive, though.
Right,
They're
but
not doing it at single.
I remember the pitch clock coming out in
Here.
minors.
It was here first.
before it made it to the major. So the fact that they said they've been doing this since 22 is kind of a surprise.
That's how
to
they
me.
roll it out. That's the right way to do it.
I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying I feel like the pitch clock was here and then it was in the majors. I don't
Yeah.
remember the challenge system ever in the minors. So that's why I'm confused.
I think arguably a pitch clock is easier to implement across all levels than
I mean, you're probably
system
right.
like this.
Yeah, that's
I don't think I'm just going to use the Greenville Drive because they're in our own backyard, and as great as they are, the capabilities of needing to do that
Yeah,
they may not be.
next level technology.
Yeah, for a pitch clock, you just need a guy to push the button.
Yep.
Right,
And
you
you need like that light bulb thing to
That's
like,
it, right?
count down.
That's all you have
Yeah.
to do. But for this ABS, like there's certain, mind you might not even really have to do anything, but the technology needed to set this up or whatever might be too overwhelming at this point, unless provided by the major league club. But we know they don't even like paying their players, let alone implementing
Yeah, it's true.
some Hawkeye technology nonsense.
Man, I wonder where the camera has to be positioned for that perfectly. Is it over the pitcher, like dead center, or is it behind the catcher?
How could it be behind the catcher?
Like up in like the booth. Oh no, you're right. You're right because that's too
Like,
high. Oh, so it has to be center field. It has to be.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's
Right?
still, no matter how scientific they're going to make it out to be,
Yeah.
they're still creating their own box and saying it's in or out.
Oh, I
they're just
agree.
not showing us that box
Yeah.
every single pitch.
Well, also too, like the tennis system's not perfect too. There's been a lot of examples of it not working correctly in tennis as well, and we're gonna get that, in the majors. I'm excited to see someone make a challenge and then they show that the ball that is obviously down the middle is like up in their head because it like the configuration's off or something. That's gonna be fun.
that would be something.
That's gonna be
Didn't
fun.
even consider that.
Yeah, so-
Okay. But
Like algorithms are always like they'll break occasionally. It just always happens.
so the challenge has to be instantaneous. So going back to where I was with
Oh,
everything.
okay.
So challenge has to be instantaneous. So call happens from the umpire, you have to challenge it. You can't look at your coach. You can't look at the dugout. It's just
It's instantaneous. Like if you step out and go like, you know what? Never mind.
Like,
really? Okay.
oh, I thought that was a ball. Boom, tap your hat or whatever the hell they need to do. And it just happens. Now, I'm also trying to read and talk at the same time,
Never
but
a
I'm
good thing.
going to stop myself because I don't know the answer to this.
Yeah.
Are we going to say that the plate or the strike zone is any piece of this ball touching the strike zone?
Hell yes. Absolutely.
Because I know, oh, shit, I'm going to disappoint so many former West Scranton Invaders.
Uh-oh.
A plate 23 inches wide, but not really. It's 23 inches wide because if you put two baseballs on the blacks, that's how it gets to 23 inches.
Correct. Yeah.
So you're able to, especially at a high school level, you're able to expand that strike zone, right? Because it's going over the black, yada yada. So, but at this point, are we saying the same thing? If one sliver of that ball electronically is in this zone, is that a strike?
I mean, it's called painting the corners for a reason.
But now I don't think.
I think it's a good question because, like, so let's take professional football, right? If any of that toe hits the line, you're out.
Yeah.
And this is the opposite. If any of that toe hits that line, you're in. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's the same thing in reverse. And I'm okay with that. As a former person that pitched occasionally, I was doing everything I can never to throw it over the plate. I just wanted the edges, period. End of discussion. I mean, talk to Greg Maddox. He never threw it over the plate. It was always on the corners.
Yeah, he was getting 2 feet outside. That's why we need this.
Well, I don't disagree,
Okay.
but I'm just saying if we're going to bring in computers, then you better give me that quarter inch that, that ball barely skates over. Let's go.
I agree. So while I'm still trying to look this up like an asshole, and I'm just going to quit because I don't know the answer. However, personal preference question.
Okay.
Would you rather the strike zone be a baseball wide on each side or a baseball high or low? Like if let's just assume this is gone, right? Or ABS is going away, or it's not going to happen during the regular season. If you go into a game, would you prefer the umpire's strike zone be wider by a baseball on each side of the plate, or taller or shorter? I guess.
Yeah.
Which would you prefer?
Right, so as a pitcher or as a batter?
Let's do both. Fuck it, we're doing it
All
live.
right, sweet, doing it live. All right, so as a pitcher, I want the umpire to have a wider strike zone.
Okay.
Because I can come in more, which batters have troubles getting around on.
Fair.
And then after I come in, I can go out further, which makes them dive more. Up and in, or like up and down, like that doesn't mean shit. If I'm a batter, I want the umpire to extend. I'm okay with him extending it up and down. Because here's the deal. I've seen people hit bombs in their eyes. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And you can golf the shit out of a baseball. And
I've watched Vladimir Guerrero Sr. play some baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does not care.
Hit it off the fucking dirt.
That's
that
fair.
bat scraped the ground and he hit it over. So I think as a pitcher, it's wider. And then as a batter, you don't want, as a batter, you don't want them either direction. But you're okay with up
not
and
at
down.
100 miles an hour. You can't.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 100 miles an hour and it's at your like shoulder blades, you're not going to hit it, So, but yeah, I think pitchers want it wider for sure.
Oh, here's more numbers to the point. This is hilarious. The top end of the zone is at 53.5% of a player's height, while the bottom is at 27% of a player's height.
Okay.
So Jose Altuve's extends from, or Aaron Judge extends from Jose Altuve's kneecap to his head. But like I don't know. So again, great article on MLB. So if you need anything caught up, like definitely check it out. 2 challenges, has to happen quickly, goes to the video board. It's not even a, hey, wait, let's go check it. It just on the video board, ball strike. I personally think that umpires are going to get a little bit hurt, their feelings hurt, because they're very emotionally stable individuals. Of course, when it comes down to it.
Yep.
And they love being called wrong and shown that they're wrong in front of the entire baseball community. I feel like they can take this personally a lot, and I hope that's not what happens.
But I mean, in the end, if they take it personally, what does that? That doesn't change the game. I mean,
Yes, it does, because then they just start making bad calls. You have to. You're of the impression they're going to keep screwing you over. You have to keep challenging, and eventually that sliver that ball is going to catch. They're going to be right. They're going to give him a giant middle finger and then bang him on the next call a foot outside. Right? Oh shit! You're out of challenges. Now what, bud? It's over.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Like you're afraid of like revenge calls after the challenges are gone.
And like it shouldn't be that way in our perfect baseball world, our baseball utopia that is Major League Baseball. That doesn't happen, right? Every umpire is the nicest person you've ever met. They have no false pretenses.
Right. Yep.
They have no favorites. They are stand-up individuals in every way, shape, or form.
I mean, some of them probably are, but we're not going to give them.
We already forgot what the hell is the guy's name. We're doing the ump meter this year. What the hell is his name? We don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, that guy was a stand-up umpire, one of the best, but he's fucking gambling on the games on the side.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't 6 and 1, half a dozen of the other, right? They're all peas of the same pod.
Here's the deal. I love chaos. I hope that happens because I think that would be hilarious. Can you imagine the teams turning against the umpire?
I mean, they already do. They already do. So it's. I'm curious if that's going to happen. Because at some point, a player's hubris, right?
Yeah.
Pick a guy. A player's hubris is going to get in the way, and they're going to be in one way or another. Even if they're just, they might not even need to be right. They just might be like, "Fuck you, I want to check it."
Yeah.
Well, boom, strike. Fuck you, buddy. Next one. Now I got you. You tried to come after me, right? It's almost like instead of arguing, you're like staring at them as you tap your head, right? You're like, give a stare down tap. Be like, go ahead, go check that. It's the little standoff.
Remember when you got in hella trouble for challenging balls and strikes? I mean, now you can, and it's interesting. But here's the deal: like they can't test case this because it's spring training. No one gives a shit right now.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like, so there's not going to be a high pressure situation at all for them to like pressure test. So until this is in live baseball, we're not going to know how it's going to impact actual baseball.
And minor league baseball, somebody correct me if there's an umpire that listens to this. By all means, let me know. I know one of my friends used to be one, so maybe he knows the rules. But minor league umpires aren't protected by the union.
Ooh,
I don't think.
I didn't know that.
Right? They're not in the union. They're just guys. They don't even have a full-fledged crew.
They don't. There's
baseball.
not a. Am I?
I mean, there very well might be. I guess, but
I would think
you're not going to cause problems or vices until you get your stamp of approval.
That's fair.
Right. Once you're untouchable, once you're fucking Angel Hernandez.
Oh, that guy.
We got rid of him. Bullying's back, baby. if we got rid of him. But you get my point, though, where the tension isn't that much.
Yeah.
Right? AAA guys are trying to make their way, or you could even go to AA. They're trying to make their way up.
Yeah,
and vice versa on the umpire side. They're also trying to work their way up.
That's fair.
So you're not trying to step on any toes. But once you get there, every game means something, every pitch means something, right? Like the difference of, shit, I get this pitch, I get out of the inning. Oh, shit, I threw 20 more pitches. All that type of stuff means something.
No, I definitely agree. And that's why I mean, the pitch clock, again, very black and white. And I think you could pressure test it. You can't pressure test this at all. Think about this in the playoffs. Man. Like high stakes, with the Padres and Dodgers just like spitting on each other the whole time. Like it's going to get interesting.
My least favorite thing about, so I'm all for review. Get the call right 100% of the time.
I agree.
I'm all about that. However, it ruins the moment so often in sports anymore. Because think of this scenario you just outlined, and I don't remember exactly every pitch that happened, but let's just say we're in the NLCS. We've got Dodgers here, Dodgers Braves.
Yep.
Raciel Iglesias just strikes out Freddie Freeman looking. to end the inning. Everybody's jacked up. Place is going nuts. Freddie taps his head. It's a ball.
Yeah, and then Freddie
Game's
goes
still on.
fucking
Now
yard.
Freddie
the
gets
next,
to sit, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
Game's still go. But all that energy, all that effort, all that, and now you just have to like. So that emotion is. While I'm
It
not
could be a
saying
real momentum shift for sure.
While I'm not saying all that emotion taken off, because Iglesias and fans and everybody's still going to be super excited. But by all means, by default, he's going to tap the head and be like, "All right, I got to see it."
Yep.
So now I went from excited, now I'm like, oh shit, like what actually happened?
Oh,
Now
no,
I'm
no,
watching, right? And it very well still might be the right call, but now like that excitement. Imagine if that's the last out of the game.
Yeah,
And now
absolutely.
Acuna's running from everybody's trying to run in, and then you're like, oh shit, like I don't know, it just takes it
Start it
away.
over. I mean, can you imagine? Like
That's
if
in
you-
every sport, though.
If you're the last batter and it's the last out, and you took it looking, you're gonna challenge it whether it's a strike or not.
1,000%. I mean, that's all you got.
Oh, that's right down the dick. Challenge, please.
Can't take that home with me, right? I gotta send. So it just this is very small potatoes. We're talking like it was in the article. It's like 20 seconds a game that it adds. So timing, we're not
Sure.
concerned about, but it's just that extra emotion, that extra little thing, and that's replay across every sport.
That's
in
every
my
sport,
opinion.
yeah.
But now it's coming to the game I love, and now I'm like, God damn it, because it just so it could happen on a play at first base, second base, so whatever.
I mean,
that's how
we
I
have
feel.
challenges already. To a
Agreed,
certain
but that's
degree.
how I feel about it altogether, because it just takes away from the original emotion of whatever the original call was, whether it was right or wrong. That's the emotion
we have to live with it. Yeah.
that's the emotion you have. Now it's like, let's put that on pause. This could take, the pitch is going to take short, but this call at the play is going to take fucking 5 minutes. We're going to go to commercial. We're going to deliberate it. I got to have fucking
don't love
David
that.
Ortiz tell me what he thinks, right? Like everybody's got an opinion. And then you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't
so
love that.
that's the part I dislike, but I think it's going to be better. And as we've come to know, they're not afraid to tweak shit as it goes forward. I'm curious what the actual plan is as far as rolling it out. I hope it's soon. And
Yeah.
screw it, give it to me. I have one other call out though.
Okay.
Did you see any videos from spring training today?
Today, no.
Max Scherzer was on the mound against Trey Turner.
Okay.
Known friends.
Yep.
Scherzer throws a strike, a pretty clear strike. Turner makes them look at it, so he ruined Scherzer's like rhythm and everything. I was like, I don't know how close you think you are to Max Scherzer, because once he gets on a baseball field, like he's gonna lose his shit. And I don't know.
I feel like
I don't
that's-
know if he has any friends within the lines of a baseball
That's
field.
fair. Oh, I do wonder, does this like create the new put it in his ear hole concept? Like he challenged another pitch of mine, I'm throwing it at his face. Do you think that's gonna happen? Like stealing signs back in the day?
I mean, I guess if we're gonna say I don't think players do that to this point anymore.
That's fair. Okay.
I guess some might take it personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're already like there's a few players that try to manipulate the clock in a way to mess with their opponent. So I think this is just another tool for them to do that if they use it right.
But you can't do it that
That's fair. Yeah,
it's
that's
not
fair.
something you could do every time. With the pitch clock, I could quick pitch you. I could make you wait till the last second. I
Yeah.
can, whatever. I could do the rock and stand there like an asshole somehow. They'll figure all that out. But I mean, again, he just did it as it was the
That's pretty
first pitch
funny.
of the game.
That's pretty funny.
So it was hilarious. That'll never happen in a real, setting, real
Well,
game.
Again, that's not pressure tested. That's let's have fun. I mean, in which I love seeing people
Which
have
is
fun.
great. I'm all for it.
But it's definitely not a realistic thing that will happen in a game that matters.
Overall, are you for it or against it?
I mean,
If they said we're starting opening day,
Yeah.
this is coming. Are you happy, sad?
I'm indifferent. I'm in a prove it to me state. I don't love it.
How do they prove it? Because it's been in the mind. You just haven't seen it. Either have I.
haven't seen it,
You haven't seen it, but what? You're not going to.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be one of those things that I mean, because here's the deal: the pitch clock thing I wasn't sold on.
Me neither.
But
I still don't love it.
I don't love
time-wise.
it when I'm there in person.
Oh, it sucks.
It's awful when they're in person.
What? I don't know how far we got into this conversation during the season. When you are at the game, it's the worst invention in the
awful.
world.
You
I
need
want
it, like,
Manfred's.
you
I
have
want
to-
Manfred burned at the stake.
If you're going in game, you get there early. You do not leave until the game is over.
You do your thing.
Yeah.
You get there before the
Get the
minute
beers,
the gate's
get
open.
the food, get your hat, get all that shit before the first pitch, or you're going to miss 4 innings. Okay,
But when you're watching on TV, it's perfect television.
good
watching.
TV, yes.
it is. It's
I agree.
bing bang boom, 2.5 hours, right in line with most other. And at this point, football is king in the world, unfortunately, and they're able to just go so long now.
yeah.
Wait,
Football in person sucks.
because if people gave a shit about timing of games,
yeah,
it would be based on college football takes 4.5 hours.
it's so bad. Like there are people standing around for forever between plays. It's wild.
So again, as a Mariners fan on the East Coast, the idea that sometimes most of the games might get over by 12:30. I'm
Nice.
like, all right, I can get on board with that.
I'll take that.
And they starting them at like 9:40. So you're like, okay. Again, for East Coast Mariners guy, not the guy on the West Coast who's
Right.
trying to get out of work and go to the game. But I think they should extend it a little bit. But that's add some actual weight to it. Game
Yeah.
times have gone down. Consumers have
I think consumers
tuned
have gone
back
up
in a
because-
little bit
yep, I
more.
agree.
And that's an overall positive.
Yeah, so I
Here,
think it's good for baseball that they added it. This I don't
they
know.
don't have that spin to this.
Exactly.
So it's not from a timing perspective. It's just more getting it correct.
Yeah.
So I'm fine. Again, on average, it's like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, so in the end, I would rather robot accountability on the umpires that everyone saw. Like I want an umpire ranking system that I get to see how they're doing throughout the year, so that you can shit talk the umpires. And they can, I mean, let's do pro rel with the umpire. You know what I mean?
I mean, in theory,
I think I like that more than the ability to challenge, because I feel like that takes away from this. Like I'm an old head. I want that nuance in baseball. You add robots to it, and that nuance goes away, and that's not as fun to me. Because the human element adds to the game. It really does. But also, the human element is I'm a batter. I'm just like, that looks low. And they're like, nope, that's 25%. You're strike.
Yeah.
And that's human element too. So I think I'm thinking of it in the wrong way, because it's still the human element thinking that they're correct and they're not. So if I look at it from that perspective, then it's the same thing. And I think I can enjoy it. Until it fucks me over, and then I'm going to really hate it.
I think that's fair.
The situation you talked about when Freddie gets a call right and then goes yard and beats us, that's when I'm going to be like, man, fuck this system.
No, I mean, yeah, it's always whatever until it's right in your backyard.
Exactly.
Right? I think 2 is the right number. I think it's the right number to roll it out with, and then you go from, because really it's you have 2, and then it's either, oh shit, we don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
Or we expand it.
So my brain thinks it should be 3. And it's because
Just because of everything in baseball.
because of everything in baseball. I mean, if you think about it too, so football has 2, right? I mean, they have 4 quarters. Like it makes sense to me that you would get 3, because you have 1 every third of the game. So the first 3 innings, you can use them whenever you want, but essentially every third of the game, you'll have the ability to use 1. And because baseball works in 3s, it's just, that's how, I feel like that's more natural to the game, but I also understand why they don't want it to run long either, because they just won they got this victory with having all the pitch clock stuff, like, be a good thing for baseball, and they don't want to add this new thing that makes baseball long again, because they'll lose people again. So 2's probably a good starting point, but my brain wants it to be 3. If that makes any sense.
And again, I think it's fine to start with 2, and then they're going to make amends in whatever direction. I think from there, it either goes up to 3 or they just ditch it altogether.
Yeah,
and
I agree
don't
with that.
think they're going to ditch it, but who knows? I don't know what the unintended consequences could be. But again, with it being 2, how many who's mad about it?
I can't wait to see the statistics on like right versus wrong.
If the answer is, oh, the Braves got 10 challenges today, well, that means the umpire is an asshole.
Yeah. Oh, I completely agree with that. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I need to see it in practice to be like, who is, because maybe he does get 1 call right now. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Or it's back and forth. I think framing loses a little bit. Catching the art of catching loses a little bit.
The art of catching's changed so much in the last couple of years.
It's gotten a little
anyways.
lesser.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you watched any preseason or spring training games?
Preseason?
Sorry, have you watched any? Have you watched any spring training games?
A couple.
Really? Okay.
Like at bats.
Yeah. Same.
After
So
the fact.
we're not gonna-
Wait.
we're not-
Live, not a ton.
We're not going to see it in practice. Are you going to watch any games? I guess is a question. Do you plan on sitting down and watching an entire game?
Spring training, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably not.
What are we? I mean, we're still
It's early.
like 2-3 weeks in.
Yep.
I'd say like 2 weeks from now, maybe I'll watch a couple of the Mariners starters because
Right.
they're going to go 3 or 4 innings, maybe.
You mean when they start splitting the squads, essentially, like when they start? Okay.
When they're
Getting the
when they're
squad
stretched
number
out,
down.
when
Yeah.
they're not just throwing 15 pitches and
Yeah.
sitting down.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch my guys play.
Yeah.
So as the roster starts taking shape, as your guys are getting geared up, that's when I'll probably tune in.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your point?
I'm just saying.
You're saying I'm not going to catch the ABS
Well,
stuff.
neither of us are. Like, because I'm with you. I don't really plan on watching the entire game. So it's just like, how am I going to see this in practice? I'm not going to see it in practice. So
Yeah. And I watch, because I've got the 3 TVs set up, I watch a lot of games on mute.
yeah.
Or two TVs
yeah,
at the top are on mute. So it's like,
So you're never going to actually know. Are all spring training games? They're not.
I
like,
don't
streamed live
think
at all.
so.
I mean, why does MLB Network not stream every single game? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like they. And then the other thing,
Feels like a
this
missed
isn't my
opportunity.
game, but Statcast isn't in every spring
Correct.
training
Yeah.
part too.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I don't give a shit.
Maybe it's too much.
It
I
is
don't know.
cool when somebody hits a bomb and you're like, oh, Statcast said it went this far, but I don't use Statcast at all.
Yeah.
So all the like super stat nerds hate
Stat heads,
that.
yeah.
They're not big fans of that. that they don't have it. But yeah, there's a lot of things in spring training that just aren't accessible.
Yeah.
Or that should be. Like, to your point, MLB Network or MLB app, MLB.com, I don't fucking
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I should be able to watch any game I want.
I
I don't
completely
even care
agree.
who's announcing it at that point. Just let me. Honestly, I don't even
Give me
care if
field
anybody's
noise.
announcing
Yeah, give
it.
me field noise.
Just let
Yeah.
me throw a mic at behind the pitcher's mound, and I'll figure it out.
I would watch that. I really would.
But I'm just give me.
I want to see these
something.
kids play. Let me see these kids play. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just too much to ask because they're spread so thin. Because I mean, teams right now are fielding like 2 teams because there's like 100 people there.
Yeah, I
but-
don't need. Yeah, but we don't need to see backfields. We're asking an actual game. Like there are
Yeah.
Major League Baseball players playing.
Yeah,
in these
we would like to
games.
see it. Yeah.
Could we get a view? So you're not getting everything. And the other thing, if you get me started on the MLB, if I purchase the MLB package, I should be able to get MLB Network. Like
Yeah.
MLB Network should be there.
Yeah, it's not.
No.
Oh, shit.
Because I have YouTube TV now.
Oh, yeah.
And MLB Network isn't included, and it's bull. Like that's just like. But MLB Network is just something I like having on in the background. It's
Yeah,
nice.
I'm with you. Yeah,
But now you don't have it. I can't even get in.
yeah.
Access, man. Baseball always ruining shit.
All these gatekeeping assholes. All right. So speaking of actual baseball,
I thought you were gonna say assholes, and I was like, wow, that's rude.
no. There's been to me a couple key injuries that have happened.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about mine first because I'm being greedy. But Sean Murphy is once again injured. This guy cannot catch a break. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks with a cracked rib. He got hit by a pitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
By an opposing team,
Yep.
or
Yeah.
who are we
against the
fighting?
Marlins.
Who was it?
Marlins. So not
We
a
don't
shocker.
know. Nobody.
I don't know who actually threw the ball.
Probably nobody.
Probably a nobody. Yeah, it just says Marlins and Jupiter.
Okay.
So, I mean, Drake Baldwin is our number 1 prospect. He's a catcher. He's the reason we let,
Oh, go ahead. Holy shit.
Oh my God, brain fart. This is not happening.
I'm not glad. I'm not. I will let this podcast rot before I give you this name.
Crap.
I will not.
It's not happening.
We are not moving forward.
It's a brain fart. It's not happening.
You either get the name.
Travis Darno. Okay.
There we go.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. Okay.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
I got there. It's the reason we let Darno go is because we knew we had Baldwin. He's like top 100 prospect. He's our number one.
He's up there.
We have confidence in him, but not really starting day one. So we'll see how that goes. But that's another blow for us as a team that continues to suffer the injury bug all last year. Where I hope it doesn't carry into this year. That would be really terrifying. But I am confident that we have a star in Drake Baldwin. I just was hoping he'd get a little more time before that happened.
Is he going to start? Is it now?
It's
Is
4
it
to 6
just-
weeks. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's him.
I didn't know.
Yeah. No, 100%.
If you had anybody else?
I think we do, but no one of note. It's going to be Baldwin, I think, unless he. What is it that you guys said in the text? He's going to bat like 182 in spring training. If that happens, maybe not. But I've seen nothing but good things about him.
What if he's your Vaughn Grissom?
For those who don't know,
No, Andrew has a deep-seated hatred for Vaughn
okay,
Grissom.
I don't have a deep-seated
You
hatred.
dislike him strongly.
I just was very much Team Arcia. And you and part-time producer Doug Irwin were like, no, you should let the kid play. And I was like, no, the kid's trash. And I was correct.
for that one time, but now you hate Arcia.
No, I don't hate him. I don't hate him.
Okay.
He's an all-star that one year. So
All right.
that one year I was correct.
I'll take that.
That one year I was
That's better
correct.
than you have been. He's been worse via text. That's the most tame he's been on that take. But I was a very strong Vaughn Grissom supporter. I still think he could be a Major League Baseball player and make some noise.
Sure, he can go
But-
be a baseball player somewhere else.
no, clearly that's fine. That's over with.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Can Baldwin
This
turn
feels
into that? I mean,
similar
yeah,
because everybody was excited about Vaughn Grissom for a while too.
yeah. I mean, and that's fair. But I don't know. I feel differently about this kid. Now, you're right. He could do the same thing Grissom did. He'll show up and just lay a bunch of goose eggs, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested. But as of right now, he has a clean slate to prove me that he can play professional baseball. So, what's the other big injury, Chris?
This one came out today. Luis Gil, lat strain,
Yikes.
Yankees.
It's his throwing arm
He's
side,
shut
too.
down for 6 weeks. So not like
That's bad.
Be back in 6 weeks. He's shut down. Then he's probably going to go rehab. So he's, 6 weeks puts you at mid-April. I'd say end of mid-May, earliest. This is me talking, as is not reported at
Yeah.
all. But if he's shut down completely, he's still not even close to ramped up.
Yeah, so-
right. So,
so
I'm
you've gotta get
thinking
your-
June, early June.
Yeah, your muscle's strained, so you have to let it heal first.
Okay.
And then you have to build it up, which I think is 3 to 4 weeks, right?
I mean that's where I was going with the Mariners thing
Yeah.
before of. Hey, now we're getting into the swing of things. They've been throwing bullpens, but now you're going to start throwing 3 or 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is mid-April,
No, I think that sounds right.
he then starts to throw again, right?
Yep.
You see flat ground. You got to say flat ground from 60 off a mound. Okay, there's another 3 weeks, right? Because he's not throwing every single day.
and like if he has any setbacks.
Then we're not even talking setbacks.
Yeah.
Then they're going to send him through the ringer of minor league baseball, or he'll probably stay at the spring training complex. He'll throw 2 or 3 games there. He'll throw a simulated BP. He'll go to Tampa. Well, he's in Tampa. He'll go to. He might even go to Scranton. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
He might go to Scranton, pitch a game or 2. Then he'll go pitch live BP simulated in New York. I'm telling you, June.
Jude, man, that
They still have a solid rotation, but I think we talked about this last episode. Marcus Stroman, welcome back to the rotation, bud.
oh, that's true.
Guy's
Yeah.
a starter.
I'm a starter.
Number 5,
Yep,
baby.
You're right. Okay, that's all it took. Good for him. Now he has to prove it.
He has.
You know something else we need to discuss? And I was told that they would be a friend of mine said, I'm going to be so disappointed in you if this does not come up on your podcast.
Go ahead.
The New York Yankees have removed their anti-facial hair.
Oh, that was like the day after
It was like the
release
day
too.
after-
We
yeah,
got
exactly.
screwed there.
So the Yankees are like this whole tradition that they've made, and we even talked about how weird people look when they shave their beards.
Yeah.
And it's now
Oh, because Devin Williams shaved his beard.
exactly he shaved his beard, but now they're like, after talking to all these players and former players, we have decided to change their rules. And you know what? I think they're cowards for that.
Cowards.
Look, stick to your guns. I mean, the Yankees are the Yankees for a reason. And now they're just going to be like, oh, we lost Soto because we didn't allow facial hair. It just feels weird. It just feels like very weird timing.
I mean, it's definitely weird timing. It's 2025. Everybody's just getting up. Like, baseball's just getting started. Again, one of their key acquisitions had to shave his beard. So that's all everybody's
Every
talking
year
about.
for
But
them.
I don't feel like the pressure was that high.
That's
It
fair.
was just
Yeah.
like, again, we talked about it because I saw the story. It's like, oh, Devin Williams had to shave his beard. And everybody's like, oh, like, he's better looking with his beard, right? Like, he's a better looking guy when he's got his beard. That's it. But like, there wasn't any, we're gonna boycott.
I don't remember
because-
there being a petition for beards.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy.
It's
And
very
then-
weird.
And then now you're gonna have every Yankee ever have a talking point for the next.
Those motherfuckers.
Right, Johnny Damon has to talk about it. He's the main one, I think.
That's the first one I think of is Johnny Damon. I know Verduga hated it and was pretty vocal about it, but I mean,
Yeah, he's a
he's
weird
not
dude, though.
significant though.
In the grand scheme of
Brian
things, though.
McCann, by the way, Braves great. Brian McCann was bearded his whole career, and then he went to the
What if-
Yankees, and I'm like,
What
that's
if
fucking
Derek
weird.
Jeter had a beard?
It's like Darth Jeter. I don't know. I mean, it would have made him more intimidating. I have no idea.
Would it
Can you imagine
arguably have
Alex
made
Rodriguez
him
with a beard?
worse looking? What? But they've been clean shaven their entire
That's
like
true.
adult lives.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, and it's because they
A-Rod
played for the
never had
Yankees.
any, even with any of the other teams. A-Rod
Maybe-
was always baby
Maybe there's
face.
a chance that they can't do it. They can't grow that facial hair.
Someday, we will speak to Alex Rodriguez somehow and
Some
ask
high
him
hopes.
if he's capable of growing
Hey,
facial hair.
A-Rod, can you actually grow a beard?
Better than me with my patch. They've been clean shaven as
you're right.
long as I've seen them in the public eye,
You're not
which has
wrong.
been what 20 plus years.
Too long. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I that was something
No,
that
that is a good call out because that happened right after we.
It literally
released.
was the day,
and
or
it
maybe
even,
2
that
days
was
after.
actually a good time. It actually fit in with Luis Heel as a whole thing.
Yeah,
good work.
I'm good at this, man.
Other injuries, staying in New York, other side of town. Sean Manaea, oblique. Don't love that.
No, that
oblique
sucks.
not as bad. I'm gonna make this shit up. I don't think oblique is as bad for a pitcher as it is a hitter. But I don't know that.
No, I think it's the same for them. I think the oblique is better than the lat
Sure.
because the lat is the full motion, the oblique is just the finish. I think so.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that sucks for him though. I mean, he pitched his ass off last year to get that contract, so
He got paid.
he got paid. That's true. He got paid. Good for him. All right. Any other
So-
injuries that we know that are significant? I don't think so. Those are. I mean, those are the,
Nothing super significant. I think. Where did he go? I don't remember where he went. Nick Madrigal had to get some surgery. I think he's done for the season. He was a utility player.
Yeah.
acquisition. I don't even know what team he was on.
sweet.
If I'm being honest.
Super important.
Two very small signings. One I'm not sure about. The other one is seemingly significant based on where he went. Kyle Finnegan goes back to the Nats. 1 year, $6 million.
Okay.
Solid.
Probably
pitcher.
the closer there now?
He was. I'm assuming he'll
Was he?
continue
Oh,
to
I
be.
thought he was a setup. Okay, that's fair. Then yeah, he'll be there.
He
Closer.
was.
Yeah,
he
I
had
think
a
there's
good
a
year
lot of back
last
and
year.
forth.
I'm surprised they didn't flip him for something.
I am too.
Last year, but I guess they're gonna try run it
They'll,
back this
they'll do
year.
it probably around the All Star break.
Yeah, that's usually their MO. $6 million, that's fine.
That's not bad.
The one that's most interesting based on the landing spot, Jose Quintana, Milwaukee Brewers. Quintana's older. I know he's not great,
Yeah.
but he's middle of the rotation guy, probably back into that rotation, solidify some stuff. And I don't even know the
I
actual
mean, here's the deal: the
details.
Brewers still don't scare me, but they didn't scare me at all last year either. So I don't want to sleep on them, but I just don't know. You know what I mean?
I just see 1 year deal.
Okay.
But to me, they're a good barometer of pitching.
Agreed. Yeah, that's fair.
Scouting
Yep.
is the word.
Yep.
Like they develop. I don't know.
They develop
all those
good
words.
pitchers, yeah, absolutely.
They've got a good little rotation going on there.
Yeah.
and I think that
Yeah, it's
he
depth. It's
adds
not
to
bad.
it.
Yeah.
He's a depth piece. 1 year deal. But I don't even know how old he is. 36 or 37. He's on the
No
older
way.
side.
He's 37?
He's old.
Really?
I don't know how old.
Okay, look it up. Go. Do 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 do.
I butchered his name. 36.
Damn.
He just turned 36.
Okay, you were high, but still, you're off.
one high, but I knew he was.
You know
old.
what? You're getting so much better at that game, Chris. I'm so proud of you.
I know. So I'm like, if I'm gonna bring this guy's age, I didn't look it up beforehand. I just knew he was on the older side.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think that's a good deal. I like the Brewers. I like what they do. There's
Yeah.
a couple. We always say this. There's like 4 or 5 teams where you're like, that guy goes there. You're, okay, they see something.
We'll see.
Them. It's always Central teams.
It is,
Twins,
yeah.
Guardians.
Yeah, if Guardians pick somebody up, I'm interested. I'm like,
Yeah,
Something's
I think
happening.
they did last week too. While I'm looking up notifications,
Yep.
Felix Bautista is kind of back.
Okay.
Remember
Yeah.
Felix Bautista,
Yeah.
closer,
Yeah.
missed all last year. Has 2 strikeouts in his
Where's he
spring
at?
debut. He's in Baltimore still. He's their
Oh,
closer.
okay,
Big boy,
good.
big son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Very, very good. Throws very hard. They're not going to overextend him, which is nice. I don't think he's going to throw any back-to-backs. But if he can be,
it's good for the Orioles.
if he
Yep.
could be any piece of what he was, they're going to sure up the back. Because Cano is a good setup man, but he did not really have it at the end of the
Yeah.
at the back end. So yeah, I don't see him going. So he's not going to throw over. He's on the Josh Hader plan. He's not going to throw over one. He's not going to throw over one inning and back-to-back days. I do think Hader throws back-to-back days, but
does, yeah.
1 inning plus, fuck off, says
Hey,
Josh Hader.
All right. I'll take that. We definitely want to see good pitching. I mean, the Orioles need it. They've got a lot of catching up to do.
I think they're going to be fine.
I don't know. That division is going to be stacked. That's all I'm saying. It'll be interesting. Okay.
Well, we're going to see. So I was going to segue. You tried to fucking,
No, go ahead.
you tried to bone me there.
Segue, go.
So I was going to say, we're going to let the people decide. They're going to let, we're going to let,
it. Okay, good.
I want you,
The audience.
to tell me how I'm supposed to be. I'm going to come in with, trust me, I got opinions. And they're not all the right ones, but I got a lot of opinions.
You need to leave your opinions at the door and
Not here,
let
bud.
the audience give us their opinion.
Not here. So the next time you hear us, which will actually be a week today.
Yes.
I lied.
No, it's actually 6 days.
6 days.
Yep.
So next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're
for
going
the
to
next
have
2 weeks.
Yes. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going to have the AL followed by the NL. We haven't really decided what order we're going to go in. We'll see what happens. But they will be coming out over the next 2 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are going to have individuals from each team or fans of each team, personalities of each team, whatever you want to say, send in a 2 to 3 minute audio clip to tell us their expectations, thoughts, feelings, disagreements about the upcoming season. And I'm ready to be convinced of how I should pick certain ways. I'm going to come in with a preconceived notion of what I want to do. But what we do, if this is your first time going to be around for this, is we do not listen to any of them.
No.
So the first time well, it's podcast world, but technically when we
Get off those semantics, all right, Chris? Just get off the semantics. Yes.
we are going to listen to it live,
Yes,
for lack
correct.
of a better term.
Yep.
So we react to it in real time.
Yep.
So it's not something we've both listened to and then we come in with our opinions on it. It is as if you are talking to me for 2 to 3 minutes about your favorite team, and then I get to say whatever I need to say. Basically, I want all your opinions, good, bad, indifferent. I want you to tell me what you think. And I may not agree. We might not agree, and that's okay. And ultimately, we'll come up with our division, breakdown of who we think is going to come in 1 through 5. But I want you to go to bat for your team.
Yep,
And
make
if
a
you think
case.
they're going to suck, that's fine too. I remember last year, Red Sox fans were very down on their team.
White Sox fans were also down for good reason.
That's fair.
Yep.
That they weren't wrong. They were right. So they
actually
were proven,
they were wrong. They were not wrong enough.
yeah. So, and we do have someone for the Royals this year. I
that.
told him our feelings, but he still decided to do it.
Good person.
But we're excited. We've got a pretty good lineup. We do have a few teams we're still looking for. I will be reaching out to some individuals, but if you have not sent it in, we do need them by Friday because we are going to be recording everything this weekend. So Friday the 7th, you could reach out to me and I'll take them after that.
I'm gonna say technically Saturday is the
Yeah,
latest.
but nobody's doing homework on us.
No, I
Friday
completely
night.
agree. Don't, because that's going to stress us out. So if you can get it to us before Saturday, we would gladly take it. But if the only way you can get it to us is by Saturday, that's also acceptable. Thank you for making our lives just a little shorter. But
A little shorter. They're killing me.
yeah, because we're so stressed that we don't have this review. Come on, Chris, get on the train.
Thank you for making our
It was
lives
sarcasm.
shorter.
Chris doesn't understand sarcasm, everyone. All right, anyways, this is actually one of, I feel like I say this a lot when we do reoccurring things. It's like, this is my favorite thing to do. But the division preview is a lot of fun because we get to connect with you and other people in the baseball world that love baseball.
And I otherwise would not have
Exactly.
interacted with.
Yeah. We get to create this small little community of baseball fans, and it's a lot of fun. So please, Chris, do you want to have them submit to an email?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, for those of you that are listening that I've already reached out to, the email, but if you have a team, and quite frankly, at this point, if you have a
don't
team,
care.
tell me who your team is
go.
and you can send it to
Bring
me.
it. Yep.
We do have a couple already submitted. That's fine. But the email is coachessonspod@gmail.com. And then just tell us your team, obviously your name, preferably your Twitter, your X handle.
Yep.
Because we will call you out when we post the episode.
Yeah, we'll tag you on everything. If you only have an Instagram, put it there.
Yeah, whatever
Just however we can
your
point
number
people your
one
way.
social media
Yep.
that you want to be tagged in, please let us know.
Your Pinterest.
Sure. I'll pin you up next to the wall decor that my wife is looking at.
Exactly.
But I'm excited. It means for me, it's here.
Yeah.
So we get to everything that has happened. I think I've said it a few times and I've been afraid to name some guys. So I don't remember where the hell they went. It gives me a chance to go back in and do almost a review, a study guide for myself of,
Yeah.
oh shit, they got this guy. I forgot they signed him and things like that, right? Do you remember where Anthony Santander is?
Nope.
See? He's with the Blue Jays. But,
Blue Jays. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but
yeah,
anyway, things like here. What about Michael Conforto?
Nope.
Dodgers.
The
Yeah,
Dodgers.
see?
Yeah.
Yeah, you really knew that one. But again, it gives you a chance to just kind of go through that again yourself, and it takes a little time. Now, last year we had a few things we tried to go through, win-loss total. I don't know which way we're going to do it this year. I'm not sure. We haven't.
I don't think we're
going
going to do that in the same episode because it went way too long. But I do think that we'll figure out a structure that works that highlights the people who are submitting. Right, that's kind of the point.
That's what I want to do.
And to be honest with you, there's nothing more fun than to listen to someone who is excited, whether it's negative or positive, because some of the depressed ones were super entertaining too. So, because listen, I've been there. Everyone's had that season of just utter this is not happening, and so those are always entertaining too. But we look forward to hearing from you, and can't wait to see what we get and make those connections. So, Chris, again, we are doing it live. So one more thing I want to bring up before we call it a day. Okay. You talked about this specifically not too long ago about how you were teetering on being a college baseball fan.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this Sunday, you went to go
Saturday.
I'm sorry. You went to a college baseball game.
I did.
All right. Report back. Give us some information. Where are you at?
So we're in South Carolina.
That's true.
I went to arguably the biggest baseball game there could be in South Carolina. I would say.
I don't see there would be a bigger one.
Clemson, South Carolina.
Uh-oh.
They came to Greenville, played at Ford Field.
Palmetto rivalry, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we call it.
Clemson swept them 3 games. Thanks for coming. See you later. Bing, bang, boom. Went to there. So 1 game at Clemson, 1 game in Greenville, 1 game in Columbia. Didn't matter. Anytime, any place, eat clean sweep. It was a good time. I've never seen the Drive Stadium that packed.
Okay.
Right.
Did you go when Tebow played? Because that's the most
No.
packed I've ever seen it. That was
No.
ridiculous. Okay,
I did
sorry,
not.
keep going.
So
Yeah.
I mean, potentially it was. I mean, we're in South Carolina.
yeah,
so
I assume
could
it's
see
just as packed. I'm just saying that was the most
It
I'd ever
was.
seen.
So I was standing. So I was in like left-ish down the third baseline.
Yeah.
I was fine. Had a decent view.
Yep.
Fans were great. Like it was a great game.
I bet.
There was not a lot of scoring, so the kid from South Carolina just spit a gem. So it's just one of those you're like, kind of wanted a lot of runs, but all right, screw it. This kid's
Let him
every
cook.
time he was just striking out so many Clemson guys. Like, holy shit, this guy got like 12 strikeouts.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
He had, I think he finished with 10 or 11. I just kept like making the number sound more preposterous as the day went on. I was like, this guy's got like 19 strikeouts. This is crazy. Like, this is fifth inning, dude. I was like, oh, okay. But it was a good game. I had fun. I really enjoyed it. I still don't know if I can be a college baseball guy.
I gotcha.
I watched the hand up. I watched the Clemson Carolina game on Friday on TV. It was on ACC X,
Network, whatever,
the
yeah.
hell. I watched it. It was fine.
Yep.
It came down to actually the last inning. Carolina hit a ball like up against the wall to end the game.
Nice.
I still can't. I can't.
Okay.
I can't get all the way in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I have to go. If I have to go to like Omaha, or if I have
Okay.
to go to like the conference tourney.
Yeah,
Like if I have to go to
yeah.
the ACC tournament or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I need to do because I love baseball. I like their enthusiasm. I like their
And college fans are nuts, especially down here in the South. So I feel like if this rivalry game where the stadium was packed and the energy was high and you're like, I don't know, maybe it's not for you. You know, that should be the game where you're like, holy shit, it was awesome. And I don't know if you had that reaction, you know?
I had a lot of fun, and I
Uh-huh.
think, and it's probably a me thing where I want.
It's not you, I'm the problem.
Yeah, I think it's just I need more star power. And that's not to say Clemson doesn't have it, but it's like I want to watch Cam Camarilla, and he bats 3 times a game.
Yep.
And I can't flip the channel. I don't have the access to be like, oh, Jay Slavila from Texas A&M is up to bat. Let me go to that one. Let me go to the other top 10 pick. It just keep flipping around and watching these guys play.
Right.
Where I could do that. I do that in Major League Baseball. I've told you that. That's how I consume it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, Trout's coming. Or oh shit, Otani's coming.
It's a lot harder in college baseball because there's so many fucking teams.
Well, there's no place to like. You
Gotcha.
could check the score on the ESPN app, but you're not getting anything beyond that.
Gotcha.
You just be
Okay,
like, oh,
okay.
it's the 5th inning and it's 12-4.
Again, maybe it's the same problem with MLB and spring training. They just don't have the bodies to be able to get us
it
that
makes
information.
sense.
Yeah.
And the games are on ESPN Plus is a great avenue for college baseball.
Yeah.
That's more games than you can watch like Campbell baseball and like Radford and shit. Like there's games.
Yeah.
you could find them. And I just can't. I don't know, man.
Okay, so still TBD.
I'm teetering on thumbs down. I'm teetering on.
Oh shit, ladies
And
and
I
gentlemen.
want to. I want to
okay,
be.
all right, here's-
I am. Hang on. My dad is coming down to visit.
Okay.
Next week.
Yep.
And I think I'm going to take him to a Clemson
should.
game.
Yeah,
because
okay.
they're home. Now-
Look, if the daddy connection doesn't make you love baseball,
Oh no, it does. Like,
no,
I mean,
but like if you
just,
and your
just
dad
to go to a game.
you and your dad go to a game, and you're like, I'm still not in. It's probably over. Oh, there's one more caveat that could get you in, because aren't they bringing in college baseball into the show this year?
Yeah, but it's only 8 teams.
But still, I'm just saying, video games are a gateway drug to a lot of people with a lot of different things. So this is it. If you take your dad to a game and it's still not there, and then you get to play the show and play college baseball and it's still not there, you should be like, all right, it's done. It's done. Put a fork in it. It's over. I'm out.
It might be too early to say.
Okay.
I am out until college baseball comes back in its entirety in
Okay.
a video game form.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Out. I need players, I need names
No, I
and
hear you.
everything. I need the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. You got to be able to invest. You can't do that right now. Okay. That's fair. I mean,
That's
I think
it.
that's very fair. Okay.
I'm out until they do that.
Okay. Well, you heard it here first, everybody. Chris is out on college baseball.
I can't do it. I want to. I want to so bad, and I am going to. And I haven't even reached out. This how out I am. I keep saying I'm going to reach out to people. I did try to reach out to one person a couple times. He has not reached out back. That's fine.
Yeah.
But there's like 15 other people I could easily just be like, hey, would you do it?
Okay.
And they would, and I just haven't because I don't want to. I don't want it. I don't want it bad enough.
All right, Chris. Here are our two goals as a podcast for baseball.
Oh, no.
One of them is making it to spring training, and the other one should be to get to Omaha. Right?
Okay.
So let's. Those are both technically doable.
Easy.
And we've got friends in Omaha who could show us around, have a good time, play golf with. Spring training, still haven't figured that out yet. But I mean,
We got a whole nother year. Next year is our year.
Next year's our year. And so you're out now. I get it. We'll revisit when we try to go to Omaha next year.
Amendment.
Okay, I love it.
College baseball video game, strictly college baseball video game.
Yep.
Or I will revisit my opinion after going to Omaha.
Okay, I love that. All right.
Or a major tournament. I'm from the north.
Yeah. Tournament. Okay, what do you mean? Like you have to go to like you wanna-
ACC. I don't know. Fucking like a conference championship or something.
cool.
I don't even know where they play.
super regionals, man.
No, there's an ACC.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but then you also have the next. Like, there's so many different tournaments to get there.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, no, you know what? We've talked about this.
I went to a Clemson game. They hosted a regional and they fucking lost to Charlotte.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing.
I paid like $40 to watch Tennessee and Charlotte in Clemson Stadium. That was fucking terrible. I'm out.
All right, you're out. Okay, you're out.
Out. I can be brought back, but not yet.
Okay, I think
We're in Major League Baseball mode. We're about to do division previews. I am stunned we made it this long.
We did it. We did an hour just doing it live, Chris.
I liked it.
Here's the deal.
I hope you liked it.
We're chatterboxes. We love talking baseball. Hopefully you find us entertaining, and thank you so much for listening. Tune in the next 2 weeks for our divisional previews with many different fans. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, my name is Andrew.
And I'm Chris.
And this is the Coach's Sons podcast.